What is the calling and what is the gift? If you're called to be an apostle, if you're called to be a pastor, a teacher, you're called to be a doctor, you're called to be a reverend, you're called to be a helper, you're called to be a mother, you're called to be a father, you're called to be a greeter at the church. There is a calling and then there is the gift. The calling is what is the office into which you are expected to be. The gift is the mode of delivery. The gift is the mode of delivery. But which one comes first? The calling comes first. Because God calls a person to be a worshiper, he then gives them the gift to serve that calling. So God will call you, come be a worshiper, come be a preacher. The Lord called me to be a preacher, then he gave me the gift of speech to be able to serve the gift or the office he called me to. So if the Lord has called you to be a worshiper, he will give you the vocal cords to worship him. Or he will give you the skills to play the instrument to worship him. If God has called you to be a kingdom financier, he will give you the money to finance the kingdom. If he has called you to be a preacher, a teacher, he'll give you the gift of revelation to do that. If he has called you to be a counselor, he'll give you the wisdom to do that. So God calls you first, then he gives you the gift so that you can serve that calling. Now, gifts can exist without obedience, but calling is rooted on relationship and surrender. That is why we have secular musicians. Because all those secular musicians, they are worshipers. But because they don't have the call in that particular office, they are using their gifts everywhere in disobedience. If your gifts can exist without obedience. I said in the beginning, everyone is called to be a worshiper. Because the Bible says here, the Father is seeking such to worship him. He's seeking you and me to worship him. So every secular artist you see is there in disobedience because we are all called to be worshipers. So God gave them the gift of music in their vocal cords, gave them the gift to write music, to understand music, to interpret music. God gave them that gift, but because they are living in disobedience, they are outside of the church. That's how they join the secular world. But let me tell you today, if you're a secular artist, you need to understand that tomorrow you will answer before the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. I called you as a worshiper and I gave you a gift to worship in my house. Show me what you use that gift for. Remember, we preached 2 weeks ago or so. We said salvation is free, but rewards, you must work for them. Rewards expect diligence, obedience, and hard work.